All right, and we're back. So now we're back, and it's Mike's turn under the focus of Jeremy's School of Music.
Yeah, legacy first though, right?
No, 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 no,
No.
no.
We're still partway through the.
Yeah, we're still partway through
Oh,
the
right, I
battle.
forgot. Sorry.
Yep.
Okay.
That Battle of the Bands was just too epic. Threw
Yeah.
us all
Yeah,
off.
Um,
just rocked too hard.
I think.
hmm
I think actually I'm going to add. I think I'm gonna add a period.
Sure.
Actually, and it's gonna go in between the Age of Metal and the Silent Age decrescendo. Um, and then this is when I'm just gonna say no. I was trying to decide which genre of music I wanted in here, and I almost said disco, but I changed my mind.
Nothing wrong with disco.
You can add your disco age then. um, this is um, this is a age that I'm entitling K-pop mania.
Oh.
Good.
And
Oh.
it's very similar to like Beatlemania, but instead of like the English coming to America shores, it's Koreans coming to English shores.
Oh my God.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
And so there's like just this uh, like shot right to the arm and influence uh, in the musical landscape all of a sudden of this like outside genre that hasn't really been seen in England. So yeah. Um, and I will say, um, I think it's. Hmm. I'm gonna keep it as a light period. I think. Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah.
Awesome. All right. Odds to you, Will.
Okay. It's gotta be an event under K-pop mania. Like, there's no escaping it. Um, and it's gonna be like, I don't know any good K-pop artists.
um,
Just make one up.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be an actual artist.
Okay.
K-pop bands like to be really strange and just have like one words or acronyms or.
Okay. So it's going to be. I'm just gonna continue with the theme of having British town puns, and it's going to be Y, a capital Y. It's going to be an acronym that spells York.
Okay.
It's going to be, yeah, and it's going to be York and Lord tour England and Korea.
York and Lord tour England and Korea. Like that? Like y.o.r.k? Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. That's gonna be a nice mix on the tour, heavy metal and K-pop.
Hey, you never know.
What's the name of that one band? That's heavy metal and K-pop.
Baby
I think
metal?
someone
Baby metal?
Yeah, baby metal. Yeah, it's baby metal. Sorry, no, we really shouldn't be talking about suggestions that could be added into an added game. It's not what you're supposed to do, but that couldn't be helped. Okay, so now it's to me. I had something I wanted to do, but now I don't remember what I wanted to do during the break.
Threw off your game with K-pop.
Yeah, you really did. Schools of music. I'm gonna take this literally.
Go for it.
I'm gonna make a new event under the decrescendo. Roxford University closes its doors once and for all. So I'm a party pooper. So down with a literal school of music. I don't know why it keeps ignoring this program, but whatever.
Oh, there's like barely any lag in the stream, I've just noticed.
Yeah, this isn't a very difficult program to stream. Poor Roxford. I know, Kelsa. It's been better
Snape
days.
kills for a spot.
Oh my god.
It was pretty good.
Rip in England, Roxford.
Okay. Back to you, Jeremy. You get another double tap if you want.
Oh god. Oh god, what could I possibly want? That Snape kills Morris Vaughn threw me off. It killed me. I have to take the double tap, or can I just do a singular
No,
event?
you can do a singular one.
Okay, cool. I think I just want to do. I just want to do an event. I feel like, yeah, I think I want to have something after the Punks of Armageddon tour.
Okay.
Um, um, and I think it'll be, I think the event's going to be like, um, the Punks of Armageddon are exiled from England.
Ooh. Okay.
Sorry, did you want me to write it up or
Oh yeah.
here? I'll write it
Sorry.
up. Actually, I think I do have a scene for it. Um, that's just a dictated scene.
Cool.
And how do I? Real quick, just to make sure, how do I do the arrow for this one? Whoops.
Oh.
That's
Close enough. Um, you click and drag from there down to the other one. Yeah, you're getting it.
kind of, sorta. Wait.
Close.
Hopefully, I don't break it. Yeah.
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 We did it, Reddit.
All right.
Let me fix this. Okay.
Awesome.
I guess how do I make the? Can I just copy pasta the question, the circle thing there?
Yep.
Cool. I'm going to do that. Um, oops. Shite stuff. I'm gaffing it up. Don't worry, I'm fixing it. And then how do I make the line? Or somebody make that for me.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
Yeah, look at me. I'm not gaffing it up. So the question will be, why were the punks of exile, or why were the punks of Armageddon exiled?
Oh. Okay.
It tells you how long it's been since I've had to spell Armageddon, because I don't remember.
It's right above if you need it.
Armageddon. That's how I remember it.
It's literally right above in the Punks of Armageddon if you
Yup.
need it.
Yeah, I was just like, wait, what? Dyslexia, please? Nope.
Well, to be fair, it's also like 2:30 in the morning for you, so we'll let it slide.
Yeah, cool.
It's this once.
Just this once. Okay, cool. The place that this, like, the area this is taking place is at the what do I want to call it?
What do you want to call it?
The council, like, this is in the Council of Metals, like, court? The Court of Metal, I guess.
Oh, the Court of Men.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I guess the scene goes like, so the punks of Armageddon are all in the courtroom with like the um, five biggest influences of metal, all being either like one's a singer, one's a drummer, one's a guitarist, and they like basically make up the court of metal. Um, and they rule that that this band is not only a disgrace to metal, but is a terror upon England, and therefore decides that they shall be stricken from the records of metal entirely and exiled from England. And they will not be ever, and this will never be appealed. Like, it's no room for appeal, so they will be exiled forever.
Wow.
They were that much of a disgrace to metal and that much of a terror to the
So-
country.
And you're writing it?
Yeah, and I'm writing all this down.
Okay, cool.
Sweet.
All right. Then it goes to legacies. And legacies to me.
Exiled is a dark period, dark event.
I guess it would be a light event because
It's
everyone's
your
like,
event.
yeah,
It's your call. Yeah.
yeah, because it's like, all right, get these guys out of our country.
Get these rascals out of here.
Yeah. So we'll change that to light. Okay.
Okay.
And so, Eric, what is your legacy? What are you taking away from this?
I really liked my Ronaldo Gonzalez, from the Battle of the Band scene.
Oh, that was awesome.
So I'm gonna make him a legacy.
Cool.
I'm going to make a event. And I'm going to make it in. I'll put in the Rise of the Magi. And it will be Renato Gonzalez is taught how to sing and dance from what was the name I had? Giselda? Is that a name?
What's the name?
It sounds like a name.
Giselda sounds like a name.
Yeah. So, is taught how to sing and dance from Giselda. Basically, I want it to be an event where this is like a forbidden romance in a way, and like he was taught secretly. Like his parents forbid him.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Secretly. I just like secretly how to dance, sing and dance. From Zelda. Giselda is Paramore. That's very long-winded, but that's what I'm doing.
Sweet.
Sorry, it's a U in there. It's a lover. Basically, it's forbidden love. Probably Giselda's married or whatever. Or spoken for.
Okay.
Yeah. So, there we go. This is a light scene. Basically, that's gonna fuel his amazing essay to get into Roxford.
Okay.
Okay. So that's done. Next up, so the legacy's over. So now it goes to Mike. Mike, you get to make the focus now.
Okay. I think my focus is going to be put a focus on the loss of magic.
Okay, I'll write it. Okay, there we go. The loss of magic.
And then I start out, right?
Yeah, you start out and you have the double tap ability.
Sure, so then I can do a period and then an event or an event and a scene.
Yep.
I think I'm going to do. Does the scene has to be nested in the event that I make, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I thought.
It has to be nested.
I'm going to make an event. And it's going to be during the decrescendo. And it's
Is the loss of magic.
I think it's going to be who do I want it to be? I think we're gonna say it's death of name. Gotta think of a name. Gina Lord. Current Prime Minister of England. I spelled minister wrong, but whatever. So it's an event, Death of Gina Lord, current Prime Minister of England. And a scene that comes out of that. It's actually going to be a dictated scene of what the question is: why couldn't Gina be healed? And then, so pretty much what ends up happening in the scene is Gina is, I'm going to say Gina is, Gina's probably attacked.
Oh no.
Oh,
And
violence.
Yeah, Gina's attacked and attacked by the cult of the silent. And it's actually not a wound that would normally. Okay, so in our society, probably normally fatal. In this society, not so much because they have the power of magic.
Of course.
But
Yeah.
This is one of the first instances of magic failing, and she is not able to be saved.
Ooh.
Oh.
Fails her, and she dies in the arms of
That laugh's pretty scary.
Pablo. No. Yeah. Pablo dies in the arms of her husband, Pablo, who is the direct descendant of Ronaldo Gonzalez. Son. No. Grandson. I want some more time in between.
Sure.
So I'll say grandson. So these are grandchildren of their obvious parents. And yeah, that is my scene.
Dope.
And I will fix the spelling errors as everybody
problem,
puts the rest
yeah.
of their stuff.
Yep. I'll help set that stuff up. Okay. So next is Will. You get to make a event and everything.
Okay. I'm going to make a event in the Age of Metal.
Okay. Did you want me to do this for you?
Yeah. And I think I can handle it.
No
If
problem.
it's just an event, I just have problems typing out the entirety of a scene. Maybe you could do the arrow because I'm trying to have it be after the Punks of Armageddon.
Yeah, no
or
problem.
Exxon.
I'll take care of that.
Okay. Yeah, but anyway, it's gonna be a dark event, and it's the creation of the creation of the cult of the creation of the cult of silence.
Okay. So the outcome is that there's this cult of silence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, I should probably put this as a secret event that most people don't know about.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
I'll change that. Yeah, the secret creation of the cult of silence. Yep. Perfect. Okay.
Oh, it's the cult of the silent, not cult of silence. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. No problem. So next up would be me. Oh. So the secret creation of the cult of silence. Okay. Oh, I got it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna make another event as well. It's going to be a dark event. It's not going to. It's going to go under the Rise of the Magi class, but it's not going to be connected to Ronaldo. It's going to be after. So I'm just going to connect that, and then connect that. And it's going to be Professor. Oh no, actually, I'm just gonna say the discovery of the Van Halen negator chords is discovered in Roxford U. Actually, no, not Roxford U. I'm gonna make something else up. in let's come up with a new college name. In Cordwick College of London, because of London. Of the Van Halen negator chord is discovered in Cordwick College of London. Okay.
Ooh.
Next up, Jeremy.
Ooh, a lot of pressure. Let's see. The loss of magic. Uh, hmm. Oh, I think I got one. I'm gonna do this to my own creation. So I'm gonna keep it a secret for just a second. Y'all will see what happens.
Okay.
Boop. Rita Lord passes away.
Talk about loss of some magic there.
Actually, I'm gonna probably put that. Yeah, no, I'm gonna put that in K-pop mania.
Oh
Some
man.
sometime after York and Rita Lord tour together.
Nice.
Oh wait, after?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
Well, she couldn't pass away before they tour.
Well, it just says Lord,
Oh, that's true.
but you know,
But yeah,
it's
we'll
your
put it after.
event.
Let's how do I draw the thing again?
Oh, I got the arrow for
There
it.
we go.
Okay,
I got you.
Nice.
I got you. I found it.
Nice.
I did it. We did it, Reddit. But yeah, we'll put that in K-pop mania.
Cool.
It hurt. It hurt
I
a little
know.
bit.
I'm sure. All right, it's back to Mike. Mike, once again, it's still the focus of the loss of magic that you made, and you get to do the double tap.
Okay. I think. I'm actually just gonna do a. I think I'm gonna do just a scene, not use the double tap.
No problem.
Um,
All player dictated.
hmm. Um, it's gonna be under. Yeah, it's gonna be all play. And it's gonna be under the Discovery of Van Halen negator chord. And I think the question I have is, And the question I have is, what happens immediately following? No, what happens when the chord is discovered? Yeah. What happens when the chord is discovered? The scene takes place in a in the top of a like large tower in a soundproof room. So like it's somewhere somebody goes to like play without disturbing other people.
Okay.
So in the tall tower on Chadwick or Cordwick College. Sorry. Yeah, so what do I do now? Guess I have to nominate people?
Yep.
Or
Well,
do characters?
yeah. It's, 2 required, 2 banned. Those are optional, but those are also the maximum limits.
Um, I only have 1 required, and I don't have a name for them. So whoever ends up playing them can name them.
Sure.
But they're just the discoverer of the chord. And then I have one other required character, and it's just their best friend. But I don't have a name for them either.
Okay.
I don't have any band characters though, so if
No
people want
problem.
to come
Okay.
up with some other ones, they could do it, and I don't have an answer yet, so I'll leave that blank. All right, cool.
So just a discover of the chord, their best friend, no bands.
Yep.
And it starts with Jeremy. I think Jeremy picks it. Jeremy,
Yep.
me, Will, Mike. Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna play the discoverer of the chord. I think he's going to be named Roderick Van Halen.
Awesome. Okay. Mike, will you be typing over the stuff as it comes in, or should I?
You can add in that stuff. I'm just checking something real quick. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. Then it's to me. I will be their best friend. I'll be their best friend, and my name will be Jeannie Simmons.
Good name.
Yeah. You like that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Their best friend, Jeannie Simmons, who's also a musician / researcher.
Okay, it goes to me now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to be a protester of negator research. Trina Lord.
Sure. Did you say Shrina or Serena?
I said
Trina?
Trina.
Okay.
Trina.
Oh, and Lord?
Yeah,
Lord, yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
the plot thickens.
And then I will be. I will be Roderick's little brother. His name is Darvin Van Halen. And
How do you spell his first name?
Darvin.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I wasn't sure if you said Darvin. It might be getting late because I was like, I just heard Darvin or Darlin. And I was like,
his
ah.
actually his name is Darlin. That's way better.
Oh, man.
Oh boy.
Dimebag Darlin.
Darlin. And he's he's Roderick's little brother, and I'd like to set it to be that it's not known that he's in the room. He's gotten a hold of I guess an invisibility like potion. So it's unknown that he's there.
Okay.
He's watching his brother.
All right. So the next part is thoughts. So it starts with Jeremy.
Okay.
And then just how we make characters.
I think Roderick is I think he's just baffled by this chord. Like he doesn't know what to do about this, man. He's so confused.
Yeah.
And just to be sure, when we're talking chord, are we talking power chord or are we talking about
That has not been established.
yeah.
It's deliberately vague. We'll figure it
Good.
out.
Good, let's figure it out.
Yep. I'm gonna go with Jeannie Simmons being super excited about this Nega chord and what it could mean for music.
Okay.
Almost too excited.
Almost too excited.
Almost.
Yeah.
Perhaps reckless.
Yeah. Okay. Trina doesn't really fully understand the chord, but she's thinking, we can't let them research this chord. We can't let them take away our music.
You can't stop the signal.
Can't stop the spirit of Rockbridge.
And I think Darlin is
Oxford.
all of that they're thinking is, man, my brother's so effing cool.
Oh, awesome. So we're in the tall tower. I mean, you did create the scene, Mike. Is there anything inside the tower that we should know, or do we have free reign?
You have free reign to add things if you want. It's just
Okay.
a tower on the campus. So.
Okay. I picture something like a fantasy magical version of the like the Dark Knight, the Dark Knight Rises or whatever, with the power generator underneath Gotham.
Sure.
You know, it's this large, huge like black thing with like the hydrogen power like in the middle. It looks like these two arms are holding this like crazy spheroid, but only more like fantasy based. So I imagine a bunch of like copper wiring and
Maybe it just looks like a giant
bubbling,
like pickup.
yeah, Oh yeah, like a spherical pickup, and around it are all these like alchemical, gizmos and stuff. Kind of like I always use this picture, but the lab in the Emperor's New Groove with all like the crazy
Yeah.
beakers and flasks and stuff. Something like that, like just lining the walls.
Wrong lever.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
So, Jeannie Simmons is wearing like a lab coat, with like a scarf of the school's colors, um, below, and she's wearing like the goggles and stuff. She's like, "Behold, Roderick, we I think we've done it. I think we've created the Nega chord."
So like, I imagine there's like a large window or something, and you guys just hear a drum roll, and the door just blasts open.
Trina gasps, wondering who could it be that had blasted the door open.
I thought I'm Trina.
Oh yeah, Jeannie. I'm sorry, I misspoke. I was reading Trina. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Trina just walks in and says, the common people have been shouting from below, you cannot take away our music, it is our right.
Um.
I think.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Dang it. Eric, you go.
Okay. I think Jeannie, knowing what, Jeannie, not to let, Roderick gain all of the credit, leaps towards the Negacord machine and just tells that Roderick, hold her off. I gotta go. I have to go save the Negacord. And you see her like rush up to the and start like climbing up some like ladders and stuff like that to get to like the center of this machine that's like humming silently, with all like these various like doodads and lights and bubbles going off in various tubes. And you just hear Jeannie saying like, it's not ready yet, it just needs a few minutes, hold her off.
So you see like Roderick come out, and he's got his guitar in hand, straps on. He's good to go, and he's like, "Don't make me do this, Trina. Let's just talk about this."
She looks at you and says, we had time to talk, but now it's time to rock, baby.
Fuck.
And just starts a drum line, and like it thunders through the room and is blowing things.
Oh my god.
I think as soon as like it starts, I think as soon as the drum roll starts breaking things, like Roderick's like slams a power chord real quick, and then just like starts chugging away on the guitar just to like counteract the sonic waves with his own, and it turns into this like, it's like I only picture it as like the scene from episode 3 where Obi-Wan and Anakin are trying to force push each other, and it's just going nowhere.
Oh yeah, there's like all this energy right in the middle.
Yeah, there's all this just energy.
Invisible or even visible sonic waves.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're totally visible. Like everyone has like a unique color or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or like I think of like Harry Potter, like when they're fighting.
Yeah,
It's like levels of rock. Or even better. What's the name of that cartoon that went to a movie with Michael Cera?
You mean Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim. Yeah, like the Scott Pilgrim
favorite
magic
freaking movie
when
ever.
they're doing the battle offs and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
And I think it's going back and forth, and you can tell that there's like a struggle between the two of them. It's kind of the way that I'm also imagining is like wizard duel between like Voldemort and like Harry Potter, where that's like pushing back and forth, and you can see it like someone's losing all of a sudden, then someone's winning, and it keeps going back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And I think right before uh, Jeannie
Genie.
gets to the
Like Gene Simmons, only girl.
yeah. Sorry, I just didn't actually read that until I had made that exact thing. Thank you. Uh, I didn't notice that. Jeannie gets just right before you get to the machine. It's um, Trina's winning, and
Oh.
it's going to like hurt Roderick.
Uh-huh.
And from nowhere, Darlin jumps in between and takes the blow.
Oh no.
Oh man.
I think at that time the machine starts getting unstable, and Genie has to call out to Roderick, being like, "Roderick, I need your help right now. It can't wait." And Roderick's forced to choose.
Ah. It's like you probably see like Roderick like debating for a second.
Yeah.
Like he's still chugging away on the guitar, and he looks up at Janie, looks down at Roderick, looks up at Janie, looks down at Roderick, and he goes, "No, family comes first." And he like cranks the tone knob on his guitar and then just starts playing Eruption. And just like yeah, and just fucking ripping out the solo from Eruption. And and yeah, it just and not Roderick, Darlin like starts to like I guess get healed,
Sure.
but then
Yeah.
also yeah,
I want to say that it just completely like beats Trina back so far that she just like
yeah,
she just is blasted out of the side of the tower or whatever.
Oh my god. But like at the same time, like the tower is like itself is shaking either from like the structural damage or the experiment.
mhm,
So like this whole place is like erupting kind of, and there's like like steam things getting exhaled off, and like different colors and things, and like you hear like strange sounds, and then I think I think nothing happens. Like things kind of go silent, and you just hear you hear Genie go like, "Oh my god," and he just goes to silence, and like you see like just like this black void start just like coming out of the machine and just like envelops her, and just creeps out. Like the circumference of it just keeps expanding and expanding in the room. Um,
oh god, super scary.
It's super scary.
Um, so yeah, I imagine like Roderick's trying to yell at Darlin to like get up and run, but there's like no noise. Like
yeah, it's
Sure.
there's just no sound whatsoever. So like he literally has to go over, pick up Darlin, and like run. And like
Sure.
maybe they get out of the tower just in time to see it all get like swallowed by this like black void, and then
Yeah.
it like disappears.
exactly. The void
Yeah.
disappears.
My
Yeah.
And all you hear is the beginning to Simon and Garfunkel's "The Sound of Silence."
Jeez.
Sure.
Oh god, yes.
Awesome.
I think that answers it.
that answers what happens when the core is discovered. So awesome.
Oh man.
All right. Well, it is 12:04. We probably don't have time to continue to move on. So well, we could probably let's just wrap up with the legacy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'd be Jeremy. That'd be your legacy. I feel so bad that Will didn't get a chance to do it, but the next time Will's on here, he'll be the first focus for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we'll spend the last like once we do this legacy, the last like 10 minutes or so, just talking about what we thought of the game and maybe why the game went went this way and stuff. So,
Cool.
all right, Jeremy, I'll write it.
oh, okay. I was already currently writing it.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So I'm writing it. What's your legacy?
Okay, here, I'll delete what I had then, so you can write it. My legacy, it's so, there's so much to choose from. I think we were all devastated by this, but yeah, definitely my legacy, I really want to say is like the death of Rita Lord.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, and I get a scene, or not a scene, an event.
You can do a dictated scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just oh, it's a question. So I guess the question would be that like what do people do to honor Rita Lord? Like and and a bunch of her like friends and colleagues I guess like get together in the studio and they take like a bunch of her like hits and do like a tribute album.
Oh, awesome.
So they
Beautiful.
like they take like all of her songs that everybody's loved and that she personally loved, um, and they do and they do a cover of the song.
Is this light or dark?
This is this particular thing is light, because
Okay.
it's like honoring her and like
Sure.
you
Oh,
know they do it in complete respect of like her and her music.
speaking of which, we also didn't do. Was it light or dark that scene in with the fighting in the tower?
I
Oh
think it feels dark, but
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
a little
definitely.
heavy.
Sure.
It's a little heavy.
Sure. Okay. So there we go.
Ah,
That's our first game of Microscope.
woohoo!
Woo! That was a lot of fun.
Ah,
Um,
so cool.
yeah.
so I just normally I like to play when we just everyone gets a chance to be the lens, but you can always just like you can pretty much stop whenever. Um, but
Yeah.
I feel bad for Will. Um,
Oh, I don't mind. I got a bunch of contributions in, and
yeah.
like I had a lot of fun. This was definitely one of my top microscope games.
This was like talking about this. So let's get into let's kind of break this down a little bit. This game.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe we could start by like saying what our favorite scenes were or whatever, because we
yeah,
had a lot of scenes to choose from.
yeah. What
Sure.
were what were some
Oh
of our
yeah.
favorite parts? Um, someone else start.
Um, I don't know. There's so many really good ones to choose from.
This one was truly nothing but the hits. This was like the Weezer's Blue album of Microscope games.
Really, yeah. Oh my gosh. I really like the scene like where Dimitri and Bailoff Olufsen kind of discovered magic. I really like the Battle of the Bands,
Oh yeah.
not just because Rita won, but because just everything about that was so awesome. I like how we decided to start diving into like the darker stuff as well
Yeah. Yeah.
towards the end there. Personally, though, I'm kind of proud of myself
Well,
for eventually saying that Rita had to pass away.
well, can we? I want to talk about that a little bit. The
Yeah.
why it started getting dark, and you could see it started getting dark. I think it was mostly because, well, first off, we didn't really explore a lot of that, but
Hmm.
Mike made the focus of the loss of magic, and immediately that became more of like that's what we started focusing on.
Yeah.
I think that just highlights the strength of the focus, and like if you pick something like that, was that intentional?
Yeah, I specifically picked the loss of magic. I kind of had it
I meant the desire to get like
for
more
dark.
yeah darker scenes.
Yeah, I think I did. I felt like we were everybody had this idea that we were everything was really good, but we knew that we had set up earlier that the loss of magic, like the decrescendo was a dark time,
Hmm.
and so I wanted to focus on that to see if we could pull out like some sadness in
Sure.
the world. Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
we had like some craziness, what seemed like dark times, but it didn't seem like um it was it seemed like it was chaos, not sadness.
We didn't have
Yeah.
enough doom
Yeah.
metal.
Yeah, no doom metal.
It
We didn't
seemed
have enough doom metal.
like that whole Armageddon punk thing just seemed more like a band, not a band, but like a concert that just gets out of hand rather than like something that was actually.
Yeah.
Well, that's
What I
kind
really
of
like about it-
what it
Well,
was.
that-
Yeah.
But
It was,
it was also defined before we defined a lot of other things. Like that was really early on, where like we didn't really flesh out what the Age of Metal was and stuff, and how it fits contextually.
Yeah, that was the first thing in the Age of Metal was the punks.
Yeah.
Like we put everything else around it, and I really like the fact that was there because, like for me personally, it gives me like I mean I know we could play this for another 7 hours and keep adding things, but like in my mind it gives this kind of continuity where I can see the timeline of like I guess the detractors against music and magic
Yeah.
like starting to have a rise. Like there's this discovery of this chord and maybe it goes underground for a while and then there's the secret of the cult happens, but there's like this maybe this inciting incident of like this aftermath of this tour that happens
Ooh.
where Cromwell's
Yeah.
ravaged and then like someone's like we need to put a stop to this, and that's when the plans start to happen is what it feels like in my mind.
yeah.
So speaking of which, Mike, if you want to talk some more, I'm sorry, actually, Will, did you have something?
Yeah, about the cult, I thought it was kind of interesting. Like, what I was originally gonna do would have like specified a lot more, and I like deliberately restrained myself because I wanted it to just not be what I was imagining.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mhm.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I like that it was just the secret creation of the Cult of the Silent, right? It
yeah,
was good. Like you didn't really explain much about it, and sometimes that's a really good thing. It's like you leave these little like nuggets for people to be like, oh, I want to play with that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely like the idea of keeping like having blank spaces, even in like even in scenes. The idea of this like not dictated scene. Like I didn't even have full characters, but you guys grabbed onto certain people
Yeah.
and just made them, and that made it like that final scene
By the way,
really
yeah.
interesting.
By the way, it's totally normal to have scenes where like maybe like one person doesn't talk a lot. It just happens. It's totally fine. It's kind of just what happens. So I guess I wanted to ask Mike. Mike, what do you think of your first experience of Microscope? I mean, this was your first time you played this game, right?
Yeah, it was the first time I played Microscope, and it's a really fun game.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. Coming into it, I was a little bit like,
How does this work?
well, not as much how does it work because I had watched things on how the game plays and stuff like that, and seen a little bit of it, but more of like how am I gonna fit in this, and how do I feel like about just creating things, because I do it a lot by myself, but I don't do it a lot with other people.
Yeah.
And so this was a super cool experience of just kind of jumping on and grabbing things from people. Like I really liked how little things would start to
Grow and change.
grow and change, and then at one, like you just have one thing happen and someone be like, oh yeah, and then jump on with their next point in terms of the turn order. Like I made attacked by the cult of the silent, and the next thing Will did was secret creation of the cult, and I was like, that's super cool. Like it's back, it even goes even farther back, so we have
Yeah.
a starting point.
Exactly. Well, like that's what you do. Like you introduce these little tiny kind of seeds, and then people just pick up what they think is interesting, and they leave what they don't. And like, it's perfect.
I had
I
a lot
got.
of
Yeah, I gotta say, I think our first scene. I think when I made the invasion of the Nords, and we came up with the Coke commercial ending. I think that just set the whole tone of this awesome game.
yeah, it was really cool.
And
Yeah.
I think that's the next thing I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about more about this game. This game in particular had a lot more scenes, I think, than normal in terms of my own experience playing Microscope. Like there were a lot of scenes in this. And I think my going theory. Actually, you know what? Does anyone else have an idea or a theory why that might have been why it seemed that we had a lot of scenes?
Um, I maybe it had to do with the whole concept of music because music is very broad and maybe some like I know what personally I felt like I had to really like explain a couple of things in by using scenes. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because like when I created so using the example of the first battle of the bands, I was like, okay, it's the first battle of the bands, but what happens? I want to know. I imagined that you guys wanted to know, and of course the audience wanted to know. Um, so I was just like, yeah, let's figure it out. Let's
See what
do a scene.
happens.
Let's see what
Yeah.
happens. Yeah.
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 Um. I,
And personally, especially when it comes to music, I'm a very rock and metal kind of fan. So it's harder for me to like it personally is harder for me to like branch out into different genres of music and like because I always want kind of rock and metal to come out on top, but I was just like, but I want to see what everybody else likes. Maybe
Yeah.
somebody comes up with something great, like Eric with you and Ronaldo
Oh yeah.
um, and Will. It's so weird calling you Will. Um, but Will, when you came up with Bath Punk, I was just like, that's
Yes.
really weird, but it's cool. Like it was cool to see what you guys were thinking of at the time in terms of music uh and Mike, you came up with some really cool stuff too in there, and it's just like it's super cool. I was just like, man, it's really cool to take this and take different people's opinions of like what's good music and bring it all together. So
I think
super cool.
one of the reasons why we seemed to have a lot more scenes is because I agree that the concept was focused on like music is a very broad thing, right? But it's a very specific instance of people's existence. It's a very
Mm-hmm.
specific thing for people, and so we immediately had this one singular concept that we wanted to delve into, and the fact that we had, um, I think the first bit where we were laying out the setup really gave us all we needed in terms of large scale. Like it
I
felt like we set up
could not agree
Merciful
more.
Emergence, the ending of it, like the decrescendo, and we had like this singular, like we had Age of Metal, which is like this cool thing in the middle, and like we kind of had set out these a very specific but felt like fulfilled like timeline. We
Yeah.
didn't need to add a
Yeah,
bunch more of big picture stuff, so we all just like dug down.
yeah, because I mean, if you look at just the periods, you can see that like you start with the downfall, which is really like kind of sucky. But then you get to like, and then it just starts going up and up and up. And yeah, like the Age of Metal, I didn't really intend for the Age of Metal to become like the high point, like the golden era, but it seems like that's what happened. Then, you start getting into K-pop mania. It kind of looks like it's starting to going down, and then with the decrescendo and the Silent Age, it kind of just goes back down,
I also
which
like
was really cool.
I also like how inadvertently and very how poignant it is that the Silent Age is silent with
Yeah, there's
no events or
nothing. There's
periods.
no
Yep,
events or periods. We have
it's just
nothing after that.
yep.
Life does
It's
not
just
matter
it all
anymore.
ends.
Um,
It's become mundane.
yeah, it
Oh
just
man.
I the only thing I wanted to add to this was just building off what Mike said. I felt like we had a very unified vision.
Mm-hmm.
Like we knew going in, like when I said Hogwarts School of Rock, it's just like, yep, that's what we're doing.
That's what we're gonna do.
And yeah, I think our palette was very very good. And I think we were just this was a very unique game of Microscope where everything clicked together very very easily for the reasons I could perfectly agree with Mike on every single reason he put out. It just seemed like we all just came with ideas to where this thing goes at the start, which is unique for this game of Microscope. This doesn't happen all the time. I'm sure other players, like I think Jeremy or Will could attest to this, is that sometimes it takes about the first focus before things start getting like congealed, right?
Yeah. Like the first game me and Gabe played with you, or me and Jeremy, sorry, played with you. We spent like the first pass and we didn't really do anything, I think.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah, that's kind of what our first game. But like after that first pass though, it started clicking in, and then we got the ball rolling, and then it kind of turned into this. But it just happened a lot quicker with this game.
Yeah.
Like,
So I know it to me.
Like-
This game felt almost pre-planned. Like it felt so right.
Yeah, like right
everything
out
just
of-
fell in.
we were all on the same page, like right out of the gate. It was
Yeah.
really good.
Part of it came from, at least for me personally, it came from the like the want, or the like the inkling to like build off of other people's stuff. Like I came into this not really have never played Microscope, and not really knowing what I wanted to do in terms of story. I was just like, I have no idea. And then the concept got put forward, and I was just like, I'm just gonna run and build off of that one thing. So we didn't add like a bunch of things, which just seems like can happen in Microscope every once in a while.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
not every game's perfect. Certainly, a lot of these ones fall apart. This was perfect. Like this was one of the best experiences. I can't wait to save this and share it.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that will be it. I really like this recap, this like sort of decompression of the game.
Mhm.
But I would have much preferred to have Will actually have a turn if we had the time.
Yeah.
But,
I sort of think it's funny. I don't think I talked to any of you guys within the past 24 hours before the game.
No.
no.
No. Like the first time in the past 24 hours that I talked to you guys I was like, "Hey guys, I'm getting off of work. Do you want me to jump instantly on TeamSpeak or Skype?"
Yeah, so
Like,
like
on my way
this
home.
was just thrown together and it worked so well.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
considering,
Yeah.
considering you messaged me like an hour before this. Hey, do you want to play? I have a
Yeah,
slot.
Yeah.
another player had to unfortunately bail for this evening because of some work obligations and decompressing from that. And Mike/Mumbles stepped up, and it was awesome.
And
So
Thanks for having me.
and
guys.
you know, I'm glad that you came in, Mumbles. Like this is awesome. And I'm glad that this was a very good first experience for you.
Yeah, it was a really good time. I'm glad it was.
awesome. So, yep.
Sorry, one last thing. This game really feels like training for being a GM because it just lets you accept that not all of your ideas are gonna get through.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
totally,
sure.
totally. Okay, so I think that will wrap up the first episode of Once Upon a Game, and we'll be back here Wednesday. But before that's it, how about we just go one more time who we all were and all that kind of stuff, and then if you have Twitter and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. Do we want to go in the same order? So it'd be
Sure.
Eric.
So,
You go first.
yeah. So Eric, you can follow me at EricVulgaris. You're already here probably at my Twitch. If you're not, check it out and you can watch these things live. So I'm doing this Once Upon a Game. It's a story game TV show, and we'll be examining Microscope and other awesome story games Mondays and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Pacific.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jeremy. Usually going by GabrielVulgaris. You can follow me on Twitter at GabrielVulgaris. I do Twitch on the occasion, but my computer is really bad and I need to get an upgrade before I start streaming again. But yeah, my Twitter is the best place to follow me, and I do lots of nerdy things. Or come out and hang out with us at the TeamSpeak. Eric, thank you so much for having me on the show. It was really awesome. And thank you all for jiving with my really weird music magic concept. Literally, I was sitting at work, bored out of my skull, and went, you know what? That sounds like a cool idea. I'll pitch it and see what happens. And I'm so glad you guys took it and ran with it. And
Sweet.
yes, this was awesome. So
Great.
thank you
Yeah,
guys.
it was fun. I guess I'm next.
Yep.
My name's Mike. I stream at twitch.tv/mumbles, MUMBL3S. You can also catch me on Twitter. Same thing, at Mumbles. I play a lot of random games on Twitch. I'm streaming more often now. I'm just starting my Valiant Hearts playthrough, which I've never played, so come check that out if you want. Or hop on the TeamSpeak. I'm normally around and ready to play some games. So thanks a bunch for having me, and it was fun.
Awesome. Thanks.
Right. I'm Will. Last but not least, boom. There's a character development and a half for you.
Story arc.
You can follow me on Twitter at Sacrilege, which is what what Jeremy's been wanting to call me all night.
Yup.
The picture on my Twitter is not actually my face, but the face of a beautiful man named Donald Firesmith.
Hashtag Firesmith Rising!
Oh! There will be wands!
Oh, God. That's a story for another day. Also, shout out to Will. It's his freaking birthday today.
Oh, snap! I forgot. I was gonna mention that. Yeah.
Thanks, Skype.
Yeah, I am no longer a year younger than Keeters.
Oh, happy birthday! Way to bring you into to a new year.
Into a 16-year-oldhood.
Yeah.
Woo!
Awesome.
You're 16?